What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Classic Physique Radio. I am Nick Bagley. We got Jarek Crew with us as well, who's having his little snacky snack after the plane. And then today we got our special guest, Jon Lofthouse, on. What's up, dude?
What up, man? Thank you for having me
How-
on, guys. I appreciate it. It's cool.
Yeah, dude. Thanks for coming on. You and I met for the first time at the Olympia this past year, and you really
Mm.
like blew my mind with some of your posing insights. So I definitely wanted to bring you on here and chat with you about it. The way you talk about posing is really fucking cool.
I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, man. And then
Um,
Jarek, of course, just did his nice little posing routine at the what was it,
Mid
Mid Atlantic,
Mid-American Winter
Mid
Classic.
American.
it
Yeah,
was wicked,
Yeah,
man. I saw it.
great.
It was really, really cool.
definitely have to get into that stuff.
Appreciate it,
John,
man.
how long have you been bodybuilding? When did you turn pro and everything, John?
Um, so trying to think. 2016 did my first show. Yeah,
Okay.
2016. What's that? Like nearly 10 years. Yeah, like 9 years. I think I've been competing. I think I turned pro in 2019, quite a while ago, to be fair. Yeah, won the British title back in September 2019 or something like that. And then
3 years, 3 years to get your pro card. Pretty good.
yeah, but the freaking pro leagues fucking kicked my ass ever since then.
Yeah.
Fucking beating the shit out of me, spat me back out. But it's been all right. Yeah, I did all right as an amateur. I think I just had, I don't know, decent shape. I always had good condition. I come from boxing, so I was always well lean, and condition always came easy for me. I had a decent shape, so I think that took me far. And then yeah, when I turned pro, it's just muscle, man, and still muscle now. To be honest, I think I
It's
was 20 pounds under the cap, well, 15 pounds under the cap or something, and then they put the cap up, something like
under
that.
your pro cap.
Yeah, like I turned
Wow.
pro, like, I think about 15 pounds under the pro cap or under
Wow.
the amateur cap, sorry, and then
So
turned
you got
pro.
a big bump.
Yeah, yeah, it was just fucking just a lot of ground to make up, a lot of fucking ground. So I'm still making it up now.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm in a similar ballpark
Mm.
range. Hopefully close that gap this year.
Well, the question that every guest gets asked is how tall are you officially?
What 179? So like just under on like if I'm out and I'm telling anyone I'm 5'11, but I'm not. I'm 5'10 a bit.
Just
pisses,
round it up a little bit, you know?
it pisses me off because two of my brothers are 6 foot and I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, the short end of the stick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My whole life I've said that I'm 6 foot, and I think that reality is not true. I think I'm like 5'11 and some change maybe, but
Yeah.
uh it is funny how that can shift so much, like people who don't compete in classic or haven't competed in classic or have never had coached people in classic, they're like, oh, just it's just your height, just show up. Like, what do you mean? And it's like, no, 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 like you don't get it.
Don't know for sure. What are
Yeah,
you, Jarek? How tall are
I'm
you?
five. I'm 5'11 and 3/4, something like that. But they did hype me at over that. It was September my last show. That was Florida Pro, and I had a cap of like 237. But
Oh,
we shooting for the lowest cap. We're not even gonna
oh,
take that risk. Yeah. So usually my cap is like 227.
yeah.
Yeah. So
You
that's
know, you're
about,
like 250. Yeah, you look really good, man. I
I
see some
appreciate
side
it.
tricep. I see some side tricep you posted. You're fucking good, mate. Really nice.
Yeah, yeah. The daily guest posing, I was the morning about 245, and then like before stage, I was around like 243. So I kept
Nice.
water a little lower during the day. Um, but yeah, that's 243 on stage, man, and it's crazy.
Didn't you post a side by side?
Yeah, I did. It was the best comparison I could find
Is
from
it
the
in
last
your
two
story or is
posings.
it on your feed?
I should have posted it on my feed, but
Yeah, you should have.
uh, I probably will. But it was on my story.
Well,
Story. I don't know if it's
uh,
still up though.
well, I'm gonna pull up your posing routine since we're already talking about posing, but I also want to talk about kind of what John just chatted about there of like turning pro and then hitting the pro leagues, but then also uh, so I want to talk about nationals as well.
This
I
is
think it's
actually
appropriate.
pinned. The routine's actually pinned to my main feed. So it says
Is it this one?
uh The one on the left, left.
Oh,
Yeah,
duh.
yeah.
Should watch that shit, man.
I'm not sure we can play the music.
Really?
Yeah, because I think it
Not,
would.
it's no, it's
Or
not.
not even.
We edited it. Yeah, we made it. Our yeah, we
Okay.
yeah. Is it playing? Do you hear it?
Can you guys hear it?
No.
No, I
No?
can't. You have to share. I think you have to share audio.
Yeah.
I'm sharing the screen, but I'm not sure I can share the audio.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm not sure how to change the audio.
Dang, well that sucks.
Not without ruining everything, but how long
Yeah.
is the routine?
4 minutes. 4 minutes. I went out her segment was about
And you said she was a fitness pro?
yeah, yeah. Yeah, her last show was I think Chicago Pro or Tampa Pro, one of those.
Okay.
She was like dead last, but it's because of the size. But she had like the best routine. Um, so she's like real passionate about like
Oh,
the
present.
routine side of things more so than actually competing. But she's thinking about getting back on stage. She was in the middle of fixing some like health issues that she had, and so she's probably going to be stepping on stage probably next year. Not sure.
Fitness is one of those categories that like no matter what show you're at, it's like you're just excited to see what happens. You know what I mean? Like just see their
Yeah, yeah,
routines and stuff.
yeah. So this was just all improv. Like we didn't even like work on that segment there. It was just like, hey, I feel you, you feel me, and we just kind of see what happens.
Well, you were sending us videos of you guys like practicing this kind of stuff, like you, because I'm not going to give anything away here, but you had to really use some athleticism in this thing.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. And then thinking about like the amount of takes we had to do, right? So it was definitely a challenge, but it's I like the challenge when it comes to like
That's fucking
breaking
fun.
routines. That's the exciting part.
Were
You
you
know, I think
okay?
for me.
Obviously, like people will see, the people watching this will see what happens, but like, were you worried at all about injury when she's like jumping? No,
Well, well, you talking about when we were practicing or like that night?
either, any.
Yeah, we brought out some like yoga mats a few times just because of just safety, but after we kind of went through a couple rounds, honestly, man, we had some really good chemistry. Like we clicked really pretty quickly, bro, and
That's good.
we were kind of freestyling together on our segment in a way, and just like, oh, we like this, let's just keep this. We don't like this, let's remove that, and then we just redo it. And then those lifts that we really wanted, we kind of just did takes on just the lifts itself. Like here, we'll do that like 20 times. Here, we'll do that like 20 times and rest and then she kind of built because at first she was a little worried that was gonna like drop her or whatever the case may be, but we built that trust over time after take, and then it just became just something like really organic, bro. So
Yeah, as the guy as the white guy of the group who can't move, this shit terrifies me. Like, not only can I not move, I'm also not athletic. So I always tell people don't throw fucking anything at me because it's gonna hit me. Like just don't do it, please. And seeing this stuff, like I'm just terrified inside. Like
yeah, like right here, she was terrified.
I bet so.
Like
Don't
her
throw
first couple of
anything.
takes, she was like,
I'm not gonna catch it.
"Yeah, bro." But
I'd be shitting my pants, man.
I just kept like,
Did she guide you on the lifts, or have you done stuff like this before? Because
so
I
so
wouldn't have a
she
fucking clue what to
so
do.
she looked at some lifts and we kind of got ideas off some lifts from like contemporary dancing and stuff like that,
Mm.
off YouTube, and we kind of just modified it to how we wanted to do it.
But you've never done that kind of stuff.
No, I've never done this, bro.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, I've
That's
never done this either. Like,
and like on top of like the athletic endeavor, like you're showing your physique too. So it's like you're having to think about both things. I wouldn't be able
yeah,
to do one of them.
yeah, that was a tough part. That was a tough part
Yeah.
because like because we would record, I got like crazy amounts of videos from just bloopers and takes and stuff. I probably might post them on the feed at some point, but Yeah, like that was one of the things that I really wanted to make sure that I nailed was just making sure one, keep my gut tight when I'm doing these lifts, making sure like the muscles that I want to showcase stays tight and not looking like I'm struggling as well
Yeah,
too, right?
for sure.
So, you know, even even though we felt like everything was 100%, I still was adamant about like, hey, let's. I know you feel comfortable. I feel comfortable, but I just want to make sure like everything's like tight. You know what I'm saying? So we would just run it. So what's crazy is, I guess this can lead into the next question you probably might ask is like, how long did it take us to get it done?
Yeah, that's what I was
Um,
going.
we got there Tuesday, so I was already practicing my segment at home. She was practicing her segment at home. We never got a chance to really meet up because of different situations that she was in and kind of just our schedules didn't match up. But we got there Tuesday, and that night we went to Crunch Fitness and we kind of just was playing around with things. It was like, okay, this is my segment. Let's do your segment. We'll kind of we improv as I transition in, and we kind of nailed that at the first go. Like we nailed that at first go, and then I did my segment, and then we're like, okay, all right, now what? You know what I'm saying? Now it's me and you. So we kind of just like let the song play out and was just messing around and feeling it out and then obviously we already had the lifts already cemented, like, okay, these are the lifts that we want to add in. Now, like how do we piece this together, right? And so we had about 80% of the routine done that Tuesday night. Wednesday we finally like finished the whole routine. And then Thursday and Friday, we were just polishing things up. Friday, we had the luxury of having the stage the night before, so we got to feel like the length of the stage, how much space we had. We had to mess with the lights. We were working alongside Gilco Productions on the lights, where we wanted the light to come in, how dark we wanted it at the beginning, how we wanted to transition. Uh,
That's cool.
yeah, because it,
It's the drawing.
just the lighting, and most people wouldn't even realize it, right? If you like really look at the video and really assess the lighting, like it changes. But that's what adds that finishing touch, to the routine, and it creates that sense of like ethereal feeling alongside like the song itself, the bits by
You're creating a show, giving them an
yeah, you know what I'm saying?
entertaining them.
So
Yeah.
which was cool, man. It was pretty dope to be able to put together this kind of production as a classic physique athlete. You think, oh, you just go out there and pose and put your trunks on and pose, but it's like it's real like
No, it's
art.
fun.
You
That's
can put
cool
it,
as shit,
yeah,
man. Like
yeah.
I think Lee Labrada says it all the time. Is like that's something that solidifies a legacy. Is your posing and ability to do those things. That's cool as shit.
Yeah. I posted something about that too. It was a reel. I think John probably seen it. I think he commented.
Yeah, I saw it, man.
Yeah.
Because this like as what I say as well. It's like, well, people always say like, "Oh, posing routines are not judged." I'm like, fucking people judge you.
Yeah.
It
I
out of all the
remember it.
things that I regret about my bodybuilding career, posing more is one of them. Like that's one of the biggest ones of like I wish I had posed more because I have an album full of pictures from my last show and like half the poses I'm not hitting muscles that I need to be hitting. Like I have good legs and I'm not flexing my quads in them and it pisses me off to this fucking day. Like it makes
Man,
me
trust
so
me.
mad and I'm just like fuck man, like I should have been drilling that more and putting more effort into it.
Yeah, I think John could agree too. Like that's probably like one of the hardest things, right? A lot of your clients probably deal with that. Like they forget especially the legs, they just forget to, it's so much
Mhm.
going on, they just forget to pose the legs. So that's like one of the things I really hammer and nail when I'm
Well,
doing my routines because I myself do the same thing, bro.
yeah, to go back to talking about John, and I'll let John go into it, is like the way that he talks about breaking down foot positions and moving through them and stuff is like I'd never heard anybody talk about it like that, and it makes so much more sense. So, John, can you kind of walk us through as best as you can, like what your kind of system is?
Yeah, so it's predominantly with like teaching flow. Like when I've been posing coaching for uh like a while now, 9 years. And it was always kind of a case of trying to figure out like how do you actually teach someone flow? Like when someone's coming in, they're like, oh, I want to pose like you, or I want to put a sick routine together. It's like where do you start? Obviously, if you're putting a routine together, it's cool. You just build the routine. But if somebody comes in and says like, I want to learn to flow, put my own routines together. That's kind of what I'm saying. It's like, where do you start? Do you just teach like random poses? Do you just teach like random transitions? Like, is that there's no like structured way to teach someone how to flow. If you go to like ballet, but you went to street dance or something like that, because no matter what anyone says, like posing has lots of similarities to dancing. Like no one can deny that. If you don't have to like it, but it's how it is. If you went to like ballet or whatever, they would have a structured system. You would go there. They wouldn't just say like, oh, let's just fucking try this. They would say, okay, you're gonna start with like, I don't fucking know ballet, but like they have like first position, second. They would have a series of like small skills that they teach you that are very learnable, so that you can take them on board, and then you would put those small skills together, and then you would have like a light bulb moment, and you'll be like, oh shit, I just put something together. So it just kind of comes from that, and then it come from like my best mate Sammy Williams as well. He posing coaches as well, and we was just like, how do you teach this shit? So we just started assessing like posing routines. I just watched fucking any posing routine I could find. I've seen you like yours, Jarek. Like this was like a few years ago. It was about 3 years ago we started it. Just everyone's, man. Any fucking posing routine I could find. I'm just trying to look for like skills and similarities. And we kind of just come up with like, look, if you know the mandatory poses, like you have them absolutely nailed, then outside of the mandatory poses, there's actually only, in my opinion, at the minute, there's only like 5 main leg positions that people hit. And it's like your classic kind of like hip shift. It's hard to describe them, but there's like 5 core positions, you know.
Do you have it on your Instagram?
I do actually. Yeah, that would probably be helpful. So we kind of have this like, structure that we have 5 core positions. Each core position actually multiplies into like 4, because you could hit it left, right, front, and back. So that gives you like 20 leg positions. So we start off by saying, hey, like learn these 5 core positions, because if you know these 4 positions, it kind of opens the door to like most of the classic poses you're ever going to want to be able to hit. And like Jarek, you'll know from like when you pose people, a lot of the like, and you go, if you go down a little bit, I think there's one that says core position. Yeah, that where I'm holding
right there.
Yes.
Red panda. Yeah. If you go across, I think I show the so that's core
perfect.
position 1. It's like your standard classic hip shift. But I could do that. We call it our lead leg, which is the leg that takes the most body weight. Just so when we, it's just so people know what we're talking about. But obviously I could hit that on the left, and then I could also hit that in reverse as well. You can hit like your classic like reverse arches and stuff like that. And then core position 2 is that. It's just, I don't know that I just describe it by that, core position 2. It's just, we call it the dick forward pose, because you just have your dick forward. And then core position 3, which is not as common, but obviously used a lot because of 3/4 back double is such a popular pose. And there's some other variations you can use it for.
Is this called dick forward and down?
Yeah, dick forward and down, baby. I'm going to use that. This is what I was going to say, dick forward and low, but no, this is this is and again, obviously I could hit it left and right, and then you could change the lead leg. So I could have the left leg up or the right leg back, and then core position 5. So they're the main core positions. Like if you learn them as actual core foundational leg positions, actual classic poses become very, very easy, because I critique loads of people, and most of their issues come from the ground up. Like you're always fixing people's foot position, their body weight, distribution, how they're shifting their hips, and then their body alignment. And if you don't have like body alignment, weight distribution, and the perfect foot stance, then the pose is fucked anyway. So it doesn't really matter what you do to critique from the torso up. If the feet are wrong, the angle's wrong, the hips are wrong, the body weight's wrong, the body alignment's wrong, the pose is wrong.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
if you just learn the 5 core fundamental leg positions just by themselves, if you nail them, like you know your front relaxed leg position, like you know your side leg, like you know your rear double, from there, it's just putting the torso to it. Because honestly, a lot of the mandatory poses mostly cover a lot of the classic poses. Like if you're doing like Bob Harris poses, like it's half a fucking ab and thigh and putting your arm up. It's half a lat spread and half a bicep, and then a lot of it's like different angles and stuff. But it gives you a base foundation, gives you somewhere to start, is what I'm saying.
Yep.
And then once you've got the core positions, that should help you unlock a lot of classic poses really fast. And we've found that it seems to work. So then by that point, you've got your mandatories, your core positions down, loads of classic poses. And then it's just how the fuck do you move in between each pose? And that's where footwork comes into it. People don't know how to use their feet.
And the thing that I was going to say that like is hard to show here without like videos and whatnot is like as I was watching you explain these things to Roy, like watching you move your feet and let your hips lead the way. Like your hips was almost like what was putting you in the position to be able to do whatever your upper body was going to do. Right.
Yeah.
And like especially someone like myself who has 2 left feet, like that ability to move like that is definitely the rate limiter to what my ability to pose on stage was, you know, and it was always just like, okay, I can hit this shot, but how do I get to that shot from this other shot? I guess I'll just kind of shuffle over here and get to it somehow, you know, like that was kind of how things would go. I think that's what a lot of us are doing. I think it's what we see a lot of people doing at these national at any shows, you know, is just like, okay, I can hit this pose and I can take a picture that looks cool with this pose, but how do I go from a front double to this to this pose to this pose to this pose? You know what I mean?
It's like you take like a really like Jarek, phenomenal poser, like you just see the routine he did. Like I can guarantee, like Jarek, you're not thinking about your feet, are you? Like your feet, your hips, they're just moving, man. Like you're probably thinking about your like your arms. Well, you're at this point, you're probably just fucking in it. It's like a full body,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
it's just like you're just in it, doing it, not really thinking that much. But for the most part, I feel like people can't pose to that level because they don't know how to use their feet and they're constantly thinking about, oh, like how, like they're like it's like what Nick said, like stuck in the mud. And until you can like learn footwork and how to move between poses, you can't free your mind to worry about what your hands are doing or what your
Exactly.
head is doing at a particular moment, or even have a fucking chance to worry about what the music's doing and like time
Right.
stuff like that. Because you're just worried about like, how do I move my fucking right foot, man? And
Right.
make it look smooth.
Yeah, because that's even another whole different level, right? Is timing and then like cadence, right?
Yeah.
So not only are you trying to worry about where your foot placement is or how you pivot or transition,
Yeah.
you now got to think about, dang, all right, I need to do this on time with the beat at this point in the song or with
Yeah.
this vocal or whatever the case may be. But it's really interesting. I just wanted to kind of go back to that the core positions. Like it's really cool that you guys were able to build like a framework because that is very very beneficial for people who are starting out who want to put together a routine because without me thinking about that, that's kind of how I started, right?
Yeah.
Like I was like, I can only go a few ways, right? I can go left, right, up, down, back. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of times the guys they think that's super complicated because
Yeah.
when they see it, it's like, damn, this is complicated shit. But in our minds, it's like not that complex, right? It's because once we got the footwork down, what makes it complex is how we hit the angle and how we move our arms, and then implement those small details with the hands, facial expressions, head
Yeah.
turns, whatever the case may be,
Well,
and
one of
timing.
the one of the things that I pointed out to John, I think before he even told me that, like as he was moving, I was like, "Did you box or fight or something?" And like you mentioned it earlier that you boxed, and like it's one of those things that you can tell. And like in boxing, it's so common of like the thing that they teach you first is how to use footwork, you know, and like your feet is what's going to determine what you're able to do. because they're the thing putting you in the positions and whatnot. And I think that's really cool, that you were able to kind of take a foundational thing of like you learned how to box at an early age, and then how you just immediately saw this posing thing. Oh, that's just footwork. It's like it's really cool to see that. And I think this also like this goes back to a thing that John and I were talking about before we started recording is like this is why it's so important to make sure that the posing coach that you're working with is not just a really good marketer. Just because somebody says that they can pose you and because they've worked with a bunch of different people who have stamped their name on it and they took some cool pictures with a photographer, like that doesn't mean fucking shit. You know what I mean? Like the reality of it is like I joke with people, they're like, oh, I'm not as cool as you because like I don't have the people follow me around with a camera. And it's like, hey, the reality is all you gotta fucking do is pay them. I'm not that cool. I just paid the guy. I had money and it spent well. You know what I mean? Like
Exactly. Yeah, and I think in the same token too, just because you know how to pose doesn't mean that you're a posing coach. See, people don't realize like it's a whole different ball game. There's two different things. Like
Mhm.
because
I
you're good
mean,
at presenting yourself doesn't necessarily mean you know how to communicate and how to explain,
yeah.
display, and work with different bodies and positioning.
I mean, just like I'm not genetically blessed to be able to move that way in any way whatsoever. There's people who just like started dancing when they were a kid and like they can
Right.
just do this stuff and then move their body. That doesn't mean they can explain it. You're 100% right for sure.
Yeah, I think what we made is just like a structured system. Like we didn't make anything new. I made anything new. I just took everything that people have been doing since the 70s, and then it's progressed, and then just put it into a system that kind of makes sense,
It's
So it's like core
digestible.
positions. Yeah,
Yeah.
then we teach footwork, which teach you how to go between the core positions. Then it's like cool. Now you can move. So we have
Yeah,
like
I was gonna say that. I was gonna say that. Do you have sessions where y'all just working on like those core positions? Like, all right,
yeah, yeah,
position
yeah.
two, or maybe you're like core position one. Let's get to core position three, or you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah. With the guys who have really got it, we'll like sometimes just throw a number at them and then they just got to go from wherever they are to that number and throw a pose. But we just try and take them through it. Like in our community, we kind of serve a few different people. We have like first time, we have a kind of mixed bag of people, to be honest. It's not just people trying to learn flow. But yeah, when anyone's like, right, I want to learn how to flow, I want to pose like Terrence, it's like, right, cool, just like start here, go step by step, core positions, footwork, then different. We've kind of categorized like arm dynamics as well into different styles, like sweeping, striking, fading, things like that. And then just hand expression. And then you're kind of there. But like it's just to give you a foundation. Because one thing I will say, I don't want to be the guy that puts like posing in terms of like posing routines and stuff. I don't want to be the guy who puts it in a box and says like this is the only way to do it. This is just to give you a foundation so you can start moving. So then hopefully it gets you a foot up so that you can just put music on and then start finding your own way of moving, which is often a combination of things plus a few extra little things that you personally do different. Like like Jarek versus me versus Ruff, we all have the same foundation, but then like Jarek does certain things a little bit different, like the way you like hit that and then boom, like you do some cool shit with your arms. I do different things. Like everyone does their own little like their extra 5%, and then that's what makes them completely different. So it's just giving people a foundation to start, I think, which I think yeah, it's been cool. But we're still kind of building it up. Well, I'm always trying to like break the system. I'm always trying to like prove it wrong, if you know what I mean. So anytime we kind of like lay something out, even when we're working, because we've got some other like coaches that we work with, like aspiring posing coaches coming up. Whenever we're like making guidelines for poses, this kind of goes back to what you talking about, like being a good posing coach. We There's not many hard rules in posing once you've worked with enough physiques. There's really not many hard rules. Like so many of them get broken, especially when guys have like so much fucking muscle. It's like certain things just don't work with these guys. And
I'll,
then
I'll give I'll give you a rule that I always stand by. If you
yeah,
if you can't twist, don't fucking twist.
yeah,
I can't, that's one of my pet peeves when people get on stage and they go to hit a twisting shot and you're like, oh my
yeah,
God, what are you doing?
100%, 100%. It's even things like people talk like about the adductor gap. You know, I appreciate if you can close the gap, you should fucking close the gap because I don't like it either. But some guys don't have a lot of muscle. Are you going to make them stand with like an inch like apart on their heel? They don't have a lot of muscle just to close the fucking gap. But some people are taking this stuff they see, and you know what? I've done this. I've put like things out, you know, the last couple of years, but I'm trying to like always, like I say, break my own things. And then if I realize I was wrong, I'll try and publicly put it out and be like, I was wrong. This is what I believe now, which I think is okay. You know, unfortunately, not everybody
should be.
But yeah, it's just like there's not many hard and fast rules in posing. There's really good guidelines, I think, that you can work towards. And then once you have the guidelines in place, it's then down to your skills of posing coach, your eye for posing, and you know the way you like the vision in your mind for what the pose should be, and then going from there. But yeah, there's not many hard fast rules. So all the trends and things like that, like the broomstick thing on the quarter turn, I don't even know where it originated, but it's like it can work for some people. You know, I've seen some people and it's like, boom, they fucking nailed it, but it doesn't work for everyone. So if it doesn't work for everyone, it can't be a rule. And like I say, like I've done this. Like I used to say, like the toe has to align with the heel on the rear double bicep, and for loads of guys it worked. And then I'll work with other guys, and I'm like, oh, this doesn't work. Like it's not a thing. I shouldn't have put it out there as a hard rule.
Hard rule,
yeah. But that's the thing with social media. It's a fucking minefield, you know. Because even when we're trying to do good, sometimes we might put something out that gets taken in the wrong context when we didn't mean it to. So you just
the unfortunate reality of like trying to sell a service is like you can't exactly sell a service going, this might work. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's also okay to.
Right.
I think people should also have an understanding of like, we understand that there's like exceptions to the rules. Like, yes, I'm going to say this thing publicly of like, this works. I understand that there's probably some weird dude from left field that this ain't going to work with. And yes, we'll just fucking change it. Like that, it's not that big a deal. But to me, it's funny when people are like, oh, well, you said it's this way. It's like, well, yeah, what's not right now? Shut the fuck up. Like, get over it.
I changed my fucking mind.
I changed my mind right now. Leave me alone. You know what I mean? But
take the post down.
Yeah,
I think one of the goofiest things that I've seen that I've asked a number of people, like, do you see anybody do this? Is this like aggressive hip pushback thing that I've seen on the internet?
On the rear double?
Yeah, on a lot of poses, on a lot of things, and a lot of different positions. And I'm like, you look like you're trying to take a shit on stage. Like, don't do that. Like, I can understand if you sit back a little bit, but like this outrageous like push the hips back thing is like you look like a dork. Stop.
Yeah, some people say RDL that shit.
I think
yeah.
Mike is a prime example. Not that he looks horrible, but
I don't like the way Mike does his back double.
Here's the thing, like a lot of guys that are setting these standards right in the top 3, top 5, they got to be really careful. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of people that look up to these guys, and then they're taking these things from these guys, and it's just not working for them. You know what I mean? So I think a lot of athletes now, especially with Mike kind of at the top right now, they're seeing that and they're like, it's okay, but it's not okay. You know what I mean? In fact,
I talk what's not okay. Like what?
Talking about bring the hips back on the rear double.
Yeah, so, I'm not a fan of that.
So like judges aren't even a fan of it. I don't even know why people aren't taking that into account. It's like these people are like dictating like where you're gonna place. Like if they say they don't like seeing it, hitting it on stage is just going against the grain, right? Like, yeah, they want to see you. From last time I heard, they want to see you contract the glutes.
100% you have to contract the glutes. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
That's how you pose the
this isn't even a bad version of it, but like he's hitting them here. What I always noticed is he would hit them and then push them out.
Yeah.
And like when he pushes them out, I'm not a fan. Like that looks crazy.
Yeah, like I said, on him, it's not that bad. It's really not that bad when you really look at it.
Yeah,
but you see a lot of these like local shows, and you're like, dude, it gets kind of uncomfortable.
At the end of the day, it's just about finding balance with what looks good. Not taking.
But the thing, like, look, I got taught well. I didn't get taught a lesson. One of my clients got taught a lesson this week or last week. You know, he was the super heavy at the Battle of Texas, and he won his class, and we were in the overall, and got moved into the center and the overall and all that stuff, and then the light heavy gets called as the winner. And we go and ask the judges like, what happened? Like, why did he lose? I mean, he's peeled. He's 250 fucking pounds. Like, why would he lose this? And they said it was all on posing because he was like kind of squatty and in different positions, and like he's young, so it's like he's still just kind of learning how to move his body. But I had to tell him, I was like, look, man, this is the reality of bodybuilding. Like, this is a bodybuilding lesson. It's like, you got outposed today. You didn't get out muscled. You didn't get out conditioned. Like, you're not a worse bodybuilder. You were just a worse poser that day. And so this is the reality, is like, yes, lifting the weights and stuff is what we do. We eat the food, we lift the weights. But at the end of the day, if you're not showing your tissue the way you can, you're not going to get the placings that you want, you know?
I think that's what we try and stress as posing coaches. I think a lot of people think that we try and preach, you compose yourself to first place. It's like, no, I don't really, in some positions you can. It's more so that you will pose yourself out of placings.
Mm-hmm.
You have the physique and you don't, you know, follow through with your posing, you will pose yourself down in placings, which is what you don't want. It's not necessarily about posing yourself up, which you can. Like that can
Yeah,
happen.
I've seen that in
Yeah,
person.
100%. But it's more like, I think, yeah, not posing yourself down into placings or out of
It's
place.
Yeah.
it's really interesting that like everybody thinks that a prep coach is like, I have to have a prep coach to get on stage, but nobody feels the same way about a posing coach. When like, yeah, having a good prep coach is a very important thing. Like, you want to make sure you have somebody who's going to make sure that you're as lean as you need to be. But like, if you don't know how, like for me, like if I don't know how to move my body, I need to hire somebody to help me with this, you know? And like, it's such an important thing. And I get it's more money, but we told you going into this, shit's expensive, you know?
Yeah, I think there's a expectations need to be laid out, right?
Mhm.
Especially bringing on new athletes, and that's something that I stress when I'm onboarding a new athlete. If we're a good fit, right? Is like, hey, this is what you're looking in terms of what's needed, what's necessary to get where you want to be. Um, and if you can't afford it, I just don't recommend you bodybuilder, right? But there are resources that I do recommend them to take a look at if they are like, if budget is an issue. And then if we need to continue working on that, then I usually just outsource, right? Because I used to do post coaching. I don't do any post coaching anymore.
Oh, you
Uh,
don't do it.
yeah, yeah.
It's good that you have the knowledge though, so you can still help your athletes
Yeah,
get
so I
good.
do still do like assessments on it when they check in. I still kind of give advice and try to put them in position. Um, but if I give a whole session for each check-in, I probably wouldn't get my job done. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? So just the demands of prep coaching kind of took over that, and I had to choose a route, and not stretch myself too thin. But I would say that is the advantage I do have as a prep coach. I can like on the spot be like, all right, no, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna make this adjustment. Or if I'm backstage, like, hey, we need to do this, that, whatever the case may
Yep.
be. This looks better. But yeah, I do outsource, man, and I do want to definitely send some guys your way, John, especially like for routines and stuff like that, because I had no idea that you had that whole system set up like that. But that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it, man. That'd be cool. Happy to help, man. 100%.
Getting to watch him like work with one of my athletes in person, Roy, like I was like, dude, this is fucking. I've never heard anybody talk about posing like this. It really like my brain doesn't always connect with stuff like that. Like it just doesn't always click with things. But like watching him do it, I was like, shit, I feel like I could do that. Probably not, but I feel like I could.
No, man. I'm gonna do this.
Yeah,
That's the thing, to be able to just communicate that in a way where
yeah.
anybody get it.
It's not overcomplicated. I don't need to have like some artsy background or anything like that. Like talk to me like I'm a fucking idiot, please, because I am. Like, but I also have to just give a big shout out to John here too, because after I posted about Sam's placing from being posing, like John reached out and asked to help, and you weren't the only one. I had like 3 or 4 posing coaches who were reaching out to me during that time for that kid because the kid has it. I mean, he has you've all seen the pictures of the kid's at 19 years old. The kid's fucking got it. But the thing I told John, the thing I told all the other opposing coaches, like, look, I'm not going to bring anybody else into this right now because it's only going to confuse him. Like the unfortunate reality for him is like he's young and he just doesn't know how to move his body yet. Like I'm not sure if you guys saw the transformation picture that I put up on my story, but in 20 months, the kid doesn't look like the same human anymore. And with that new tissue comes with like things that are kind of locked up and pinched up and whatnot. And then also he just doesn't know how to move his body yet. So like I don't really think anybody coming in could have really helped him that much more than what we did, you know?
Yeah.
Mm.
Yo,
No,
he's
he's
crazy. He's crazy. Like for someone who's 19 to be able to put on that amount of tissue in 20 months, it almost makes me think like, is there like a myostatin issue that he has, right? Like,
It could be. Well,
you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like,
We can talk about some more
I want that.
details later, but like there were some definitely some misguided decisions that were
oh,
happening during that time that led him to that.
don't let him today.
But he did also make it like well, the other reality here is like how many people have we seen make misguided decisions and not, never look like Sam a day in their fucking life? You know what I mean? Like me, you know what I mean? Like so he might have made some misguided decisions, but like that's not going to happen now. You know, the kid is four competitions in ever at 19 years old. It's like I'm going to morph that kid.
Insane, bro. He's got a density that takes most
Yeah.
people to get, and it's just kind of there.
Yeah. So since we're kind of talking about national level shows and stuff now, Jarek, what do you think of nationals this year?
Man, I was asking one of my athletes who actually took overall in class last year. I was like, hey, bro, I think you all know him, Zay Adonis.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, man, bro, like, what do you think? What do you think? Do you think last year was more competitive than this year? And he told me, I mean, he took some time to think about it. He was like, I think last year was a little bit more competitive. But I think it was a smaller showing this year than last year.
Yeah.
But within that number of athletes, there were a lot of hitters, man.
I
You
mean, yeah, it was a fairly good show from what
yeah,
I was watching. To be completely honest, like unless I know specific people, I'm not really looking that hard. You
right,
know,
right, right. And
like
most of
I
the time
was
you're
also running
backstage too,
around
right?
trying to see my athlete and whatnot.
Right.
But I mean, here's what's this class A. So we've got this Almighty JD and Ridge Ramos, which is one of Ben's athletes, right?
Yeah, I think he's with Ben.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome. So those are the class A guys. We've got DeAndre and Darius, I think his name is. I actually know both of these guys, and then Spoon here in third is a
Yeah.
good buddy of mine who actually turned pro in bodybuilding. So
Right.
he won
Light
he got
heavy.
second in no, he won light heavies, I believe.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But both these guys I know and are local. This guy here actually beat Sam in the overall for Battle of Texas. So this is the light heavy that beat Sam.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And then Eduardo and Tyson. I know Tyson as well. He worked with Austin Stout last year. This year he's working with Gorilla Performance. I don't remember his actual name.
Yeah, the dude who won that class, that's actually Dan's guy.
Yeah. And Dan did a great job. I want to go to his page after this, but what we got two more classes there. What? Yeah, so and then John Schwartz, Dom Kuza's athlete. Good job, Kuza. And then Eduardo was the overall champ. So I like this guy's physique a lot.
Yeah, man, it's crazy because I seen him. We were at the host hotel and we were like, I was with my athletes and we were warming up the food and stuff like that because they have like five microwaves in the lobby. So he was there, he's hoodied up, him and Dan, and I'm like, he's just like chill, quiet. Man, I did not think that he would take the show. It's so crazy.
He looked really good.
Yeah,
Looked really
you just
good.
never know who you're standing next to, bro.
I'd like to see some more pictures of him on stage. Well, maybe some of them tagged, but yeah, he looked awesome, man. But that's it. Yeah, there we go.
There's some fucking
Oh,
arms
that's
on him.
just him.
Yeah, the arms is crazy. His clavicles, yeah, wide clavicles.
Hmm.
But I think something that John said earlier is really important to touch on here of like, he turned pro relatively quickly and then the pro leagues just kind of started kicking his ass a little bit. But I think that's something that people need to take into more consideration when they start this journey is like everybody at the amateur level is so focused on like I want to get my pro card immediately that they don't think about what's on the other side of it. And like the first step is going from like understanding like you go to a regional show and you walk around, it's like, oh yeah, that guy over there is good and that guy over there is good, but nah, it's not too crazy. You go to a national show and you're looking around the room and you're going, holy shit, it's like this big step. Well, then nationals to pro level is the gigantic step. It is the biggest step of all time, and I don't think people are ready for those steps.
Yeah.
Yeah, it took me by surprise. Like to put it in context, I unfortunately didn't compete this year, just a load of shit. But 2024 did Texas, Tampa, Netherlands. I could have made my amateur weight cap still. That's where I'm fucking at.
Do
But
you have a hard
I
time
was like,
putting on
I was like
size?
one, I was like 1 kilo off my amateur weight cap, but I could have I could have made it easy. I could have just week of zero carbs.
You just find yourself a hard time like just putting on tissue or
Yeah, yeah. Well, no, it's just me, man. Like to be fair, I've always struggled with eating.
okay.
Like I don't like eating anyway. I just hate it.
Yeah.
Never, I was always as a young kid like leave half my meal, just run and play. And like my
Yeah.
parents like that. I was never a big eater. So I've always struggled to eat. But to be honest, like this year I did like a gut protocol, did like antibiotics and all sorts of shit. And now like I'm eating way, way easier. Like way easier. I'm like, man, and there was a lot of shit wrong in my stomach. Um, don't really know all of the stuff, to be honest. My girlfriend took care of it because she takes care of this stuff. So I'm fortunate that I had her. And now I'm like eating food easier than ever before. And I'm like, fuck, I should have done this like 3, 4 years ago. Because I think
Oh
that's,
yeah, trust me.
I think
I
I grew
feel
up
you.
in, I mean, I grew up in McDonald's, KFC. I did not eat well as a young child, or as a young man coming up. Like, so I think that's been holding me back because I feel like I've jumped forward in the last 3 months. Like,
Yeah.
quick.
It
Well,
sounds
Jarek
like
went through the same thing, right?
Did
same
you?
thing. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like for
I
two,
think
3 years. Just couldn't grow, inflamed.
you
Couldn't
struggling
even get in shape all the way
back.
because and you probably experienced that too. You probably have most of the times where you knew you can get peeled and stone hard, but lately you're like, what the hell? Like,
Yeah.
Everyone's been telling me like you didn't get in shape like you did in 2019. I don't know why. I'm trying just as hard. It's just not happening.
yeah,
I
I
mean
was like
that
in shape, like glutes, like lines and stuff, but the just not the same texture of the skin.
it's like a filmy
Yeah,
look to it,
completely
man.
different
yep.
look on stage.
That's
I
the
mean
information, bro.
that's ultimately like the straw that broke the camel's back for me was after the last show that I did. We pushed into an off season, and then after that off season, my stomach just went to complete shit. I ended up having to do antibiotics and all that stuff. And afterwards, like the only thing I gave a shit about was not eating. Like I just wanted to be hungry, and like that's just kind of where I've lived since. But that shit's not fun. Like people really underestimate how much your stomach has to go through.
And what we put our stomachs through as athletes, bodybuilders, right? And
Mhm.
I was talking. I mean, Austin Stout told me this. He was like, "Hey, like you're a bodybuilder, you're gonna have stomach issues. Like simple as that. You're not. What we're doing is not like a natural thing to do. Like we're not shoving our face 5 meals straight, 5, 6. Some people 7, 8 meals. It's
Yeah,
like
it's great.
it's not a normal thing to do. So you have to understand like to really be mindful of your gut health and really bring the support in play as a bodybuilder, and that's something I didn't do. And probably
Yep.
you as well, John, right? Which led us and you too, Nick, which led us to that point, right? We thought we were resilient,
Yeah,
we felt like we just because we felt like we're digested that everything's
yeah,
fine, right?
Hmm.
But over time, it's something that happens over time, right? It's not like you wake up, oh, I have a gut issue. It's like this
Yeah.
stuff compounds year after year until your body's like, all right, we got enough.
yeah,
Well, one of the number one things that creates an environment like that for your stomach to be fucked up is stress, right? Like that is the number one thing that creates those bad spots. Like that's the thing that really inflames everything and puts you there. And like for me personally, there was me and Chris Tuttle had planned out like, all right, we're gonna go this long with your off season, and then I had a vacation planned, and it was like we're gonna push until I leave for that vacation, and like it was closing in. It was like 4 weeks and 3 weeks and 2 weeks, and I was like, I could tell. I was like, I felt like shit. My training was shit. I felt awful. Sleep was bad, but I was like, I got to keep pushing because I was like 265, and I wanted to try and get the scale to 270 before I pulled off in those next couple of weeks. And then it was finally like I had to message Chris and be like, bro, I'm gonna die. Like I have to fucking stop. Like I'm gonna kill myself here. Like let's get this shit done. Like let's just pull off now. And then what ended up happening is I go to that vacation, have an all you can eat fucking buffet for multiple days on end, and I come back and like yes, I reduced the stress, but I was already stressed when I got there and put a bunch of bullshit in my stomach. So I come back and then it's just fucked. But people don't really underestimate like if your stomach's not in a good spot, everything's going to be in a bad spot. And John, I know you're from the UK, but you don't live there now. I have a UK athlete, and he told me like he's doing a gut protocol right now. He said it's not very common. It's not talked about that much in the UK. Do you notice that?
Yeah, no, it's definitely not. It's definitely coming about a little bit more. But I would say in terms of what do they call it? Like holistic health, I'd say UK and Ireland are far behind America on that side of things for sure.
Well,
I
even America's behind on it.
Yeah, well, I think maybe the world's a little bit behind it. I think it's like my girlfriend's really into it. She's got like I don't get it wrong, a degree, BSc or something in medical science. She used to do the vaccines like during COVID and that. She
Huh.
was like in the labs and stuff. And then when COVID hit, she was doing the fucking vaccine work. And then she was like, "Fuck this! I didn't sign up for this," and she quit and went
Right.
into fitness.
It's
Yeah, so
crazy.
now she uses all that knowledge and she's doing loads of like extra studies and stuff. And yeah, she can have conversations on a level that I just can't. But she she's opened my sort of mind up to all of this stuff and yeah, got the gut protocol and there's X, Y, and Z wrong. And then, we just followed the plan and got it fixed. And then I was like, fuck, I'm like hungry. This is weird.
Yep. It
It's
it
still, I'm not like ravenous. I think naturally I'm not a big eater. I've never been a big eater, but I can eat though, and I don't want to kill myself.
yeah. That's
That
a
makes
win.
it a lot easier
Yeah.
to eat.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not like
Not crying into
striving
your
for
rice.
chicken and rice for the
Yeah.
100th time.
And the thing I told Zach about this because he's going through a whole protocol right now is like, look, man, if we clean up your stomach, not only are you going to be able to use less food because your body's assimilating it, right? And it's actually putting it where it needs to go. Two, your pumps are going to be better. Three, your drugs are going to work better. If your stomach is eliminating toxins the way it needs to and absorbing everything the way it needs to, and it's being pushed through the bloodstream and your liver and your kidneys, and everything is working as well as it can, you are going to get a better response from food, from training, from drugs, from every portion of bodybuilding. You make your gut better, you are a better bodybuilder, plain and simple. It really flared up for him when it was like we were really trying to tap into new levels of condition, because like we were told that we were right on the edge at the amateur Olympia, so we tried to push it a little bit harder for the next one. And then when we did that, it just everything shit the bed.
Yeah. That's kind of what happened to me with Atlanta to Florida Pro. When I did Atlanta, I talked to what's his name? I forgot the judge's name. But he told me, hey, if you were 7 days leaner, you would have went to Olympia. I keep in mind, I still had gut issues around that time, right? It was last year. And I was like, well, shit. Well, I'm gonna come in 4 or 5 weeks leaner then and kill it at Florida Pro, right? But that just led to like more gut issues, bro, and loss of muscle tissue as a result of just over dieting. So body was just under so much stress, which is obviously with the stress, you're gonna have more gut issues, right?
Yep.
Uh, so had I came in 7 days leaner, maybe I could have did a good job, maybe qualified. Who knows? But still at that point, man, body was just like not responsive. Like you said, like just the gear wasn't taken. You know what I mean? The cardio wasn't moving much, moving the weight much. And it was almost like I was getting smaller, but my scale weight was staying the same. Crazy
Yeah.
shit, you know. But yeah, John, like you're gonna notice a crazy rebound and
Mm.
response coming out of it. Like you probably already noticing it, right? And that's kind of
Yes.
similar to my situation, right? Like
Yeah.
I noticed like Nick, like the pumps were a lot better, more insulin sensitive, which is probably why you're a little bit more hungrier, right?
Yeah.
Your gut permeability is probably strengthened, right? People don't realize like what are you eating now? Has your diet changed, or like you know what I mean? Like have you implemented anything different?
Yeah. Just fucking stop being a dickhead. Stop eating burgers.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah.
But no, but on a serious note, I am being serious. I used to eat a lot of fucking burgers and shit, and I was like, I gotta cut the shit. Ben told me, he was like, you're not fucking 22 anymore. And I was like, all right. So but to be honest, I got in a habit of eating a lot of crappy fast food because I hated eating and I couldn't get these clean meals in. So I shifted to doing like fast food like 3, 4, 5 times a week for like one meal. So like the last meal just to get more in. But now since the stomach's fixed, I've I don't really touch shit food now. I literally just have sushi or a steak for like once a week. And it's literally just rice, cream of rice, um, plain shit, salmon. You know, I don't have as much red meat as I used to. I find the red meat still, I'm still a little bit, I don't seem to digest the red meat that well right now.
Hmm.
I've noticed that since taking red meat out for so long when I was doing the gut protocol. Now when I put anything back in, I I literally know what food has messed with me. And then I'm like, right, that might be something that doesn't agree with me. So I'm actually like being an adult now, I'm taking note on what foods actually work with me. There's still a few things that are in there we're trying to fix. I think it's something to do with the pH level of my gut. I don't think I'm breaking down the fats really good yet, but it's getting better. So
Yeah.
there's still a few things we're fixing. Hey,
There he is.
but
What are
yes,
you at an airport?
Yeah, yeah. My flight got delayed a bit, but
Oh,
back in Houston.
nice.
Sorry to
man.
interrupt. Keep going.
No,
Keep
you're
going. My
good.
bad.
No,
Yeah, yeah.
I was talking about my gut protocol, but like you said, Jarek, yeah, I've noticed that. So I dropped down to like 210 pounds. Everyone was like, "Oh, he's retiring." I was like, "No, I'm not." Yeah, I dropped down to like 210 pounds. Didn't even look like I was training. But then since doing all the gut stuff, I'm back up to like 232, 233, but looking way bigger than I used to be at 230, 233, whatever. And leaner as well. So yeah, it's been nothing but good since paying attention to my gut health, and I'm going to continue to pay attention to it.
So
Uh,
I know Terrence talked about this a couple of weeks ago, but how much do you guys like try to get different varieties of food in? Like I felt called out by my own coach, my old coach on a podcast, and he didn't even do it on purpose, but he was talking about how like studies of people that have a wider variety of different types of food tend to have less issues. I don't remember what the specific thing was, but and my version of variety is like every time I go to the grocery store, I'll get a different pack of like mixed green vegetables, and that'll be the extent of my vegetables. And so he brought
different,
he brought he brought that up the other day on a podcast I was listening to. I was like, "Fuck, all right, he's right. I need to start doing this some more." So it's like I bought some peppers and mushrooms and started integrating sauerkraut and stuff. So how much do you guys like try to add variety into your diet?
I mean, that's why I asked John, like, what is he eating now? Because my diet completely hit a 360 when I
yeah,
realized how important it is to have variety in your diet and having a mix between your prebiotics, your probiotics, um, some starches, right? And we have to feed our gut from the food that's coming from the ground, man.
yeah,
Supplement world is like you guys got to understand, like that's why it's $1 million business or $1 billion business because people just don't know how, or don't know, they don't have the knowledge, right? They're not going to tell you, hey, you can get your prebiotics and probiotics from this yogurt, or you can get instead of buying this, you can go and grab some potatoes, cook it, let it cool off. That's very beneficial for your gut. You know what I'm saying? Before you eat it. They don't tell you these things, right? And so like
Yeah.
that's what we did. And literally the only thing we added in terms of supplements when we tried to clean out the gut after about 3 years, we did a very light antimicrobial black seed oil. Then we added some detox support for the liver, some inflammation, like cod liver as well for inflammation, vitamin A, vitamin K, vitamin E, and we ran that for like 3 4 weeks, and I was good to go. But we also
Dang.
added variety in the diet at very small amounts, and then we slowly
Wait, wait,
started
wait.
throwing.
So
And
you had issues for years,
yeah,
and you tell me you fixed it in a couple, and like you said, like a couple weeks.
3 4 weeks, yeah.
God damn.
And a lot of it, I feel a lot of it is food variety.
I'm
Yeah,
so
bro, crazy.
Do you get variety in like your protein sources too, or do you just like change your fruits and vegetables?
So protein sources is not like a huge deal when it comes to that. Like it's more so like carbs and your fats,
Yeah.
right? But right now, like you said, John, like I agree with you. Like the ground beef is really causing a lot of gas lately, right? So I just try to keep it at minimum. It's more so like for me, I'm eating egg whites, and chicken for the most part, and some fish here and there.
I've
That's
been
it.
doing a lot more fish actually. Talking about that. I mean, because we're living in Spain now, the fish is really good. So I've been doing a lot more.
But the
I've been
carb
doing,
variety is like crazy.
yeah. I have like a different protein every single. So I only do five. I get my calories across 5 meals because again, I just don't like eating. So I have different protein source for every meal. It's like eggs whites, chicken, prawns. I have white fish and I have salmon. Then I have still mostly rice at the minute, cream of rice, and then I have some sourdough toast in the morning now, which is sitting good.
Yeah.
And I've started having a few potatoes here and there, sweet potatoes. And then yeah, I'm trying to eat more veg, because I never used to eat any veg, so I'm eating more veg, and I've eaten some fruits that I never heard the word of or the name of before in the last few weeks. So that was interesting. So
Do
yeah,
y'all like sauerkraut or kimchi?
Yeah,
yeah, I don't like
kimchi is
it.
really good.
What'd you say, John?
I don't like it, but I've had it. Yeah, I've been
Yeah.
having it
Terrence,
because
do you like them? I don't know if you heard me. Terrence, do you like them?
Yeah, I like kimchi, man. I'm like half Korean. Oh,
The anime has seeped into your
uh,
dietary choices.
kimchi's
Yeah,
hilarious.
I think a lot of times when people are like, "Oh, I have a gut problem," they just immediately want to figure out like what probiotic supplement they can take. And it's like I think a lot of times if they don't know what's even going on in their stomach, that could be one of the worst things that they do. If they have an overgrowth and you just add more stuff on top of it, that can just get fucked very easily. And like we know so little about the actual gut microbiome that it's like it's sure we know that there are some good probiotic strains and we know what a lot of them are, but like we don't know how much you need, we don't know what percentage of it you need for each individual, and like that's all different. But like I think the probiotic supplement industry is one of those places, like yes, they can be beneficial in certain spots, but a lot of times it fucks a lot of people up.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's important that you get at least some sort of testing done to just like have a place to start. You know what I mean? There are a lot of like symptoms that can tell you, what's going on, right?
Hmm.
That's kind of like with Austin. That's how he kind of figured it out. But I also gave him like past history. Like I took like 3 SIBO tests. Like that's how like extensive it was for me.
Jeez.
Just like spraying
So,
a bag on those
so
SIBO
real
tests.
quick, with like, so it took you because you were doing gut protocols that whole time, right? What protocols did not work and why? What did you guys go over that?
Man, I would have to pull it up, bro, because it's always, I don't know if you experience this, John, but it's always like a laundry list of supplements that you got to take. I just can't remember them all, bro. But I did
Okay.
that for most of that time off, or the most of that 3 years. And I think a lot of the issues came from just the amount of supplements I was taking, to be honest. You know what I mean? Because we got to keep in mind, like the body still has to work and break that process. You're taking like 15, 20 different supplements a day. Like,
mm.
I mean, at some point, like enough is enough.
Yeah.
So we were taking like 3 or 4, I think like maybe 5 supplements when I went with Austin Style, and that was it.
I also think that some of those things, some of the protocols have to be a little bit more specific than what they are based on what the actual
Oh
issue
yeah, for
is,
sure. Yeah,
you
yeah,
know.
100%.
And sometimes it's not just about some crazy protocol. It's about just making sure that you get the right stuff into the system, you know. Like the guy that I'm working with, Zach, that is going through a gut protocol. He doesn't really need a kill off phase. He actually needs a repopulation phase because a lot of his gut issues are coming from not having enough probiotics in his system. So it's like each one of these things is like this is why the GI map is important to pay attention to, because it's like you could have not enough or you could have way too much, and both of them are going to be handled differently. And then each different type of like if you have an H. pylori overgrowth or a SIBO overgrowth or whatever, based on where that is in the stomach and where how those things incorporate themselves with your digestive system, it has to go about different. Because if you don't get rid of a lot of things ahead of time, when you try to kill it off, it's not going to get all of it and it'll come back.
Yeah, honestly, I think that was the case for me. Like the first couple years was like pretty much just like well, the first half of my gut protocol, I guess, journey was like killing it off really. And I
Mm-hmm.
think by the time I got to Austin, there was just nothing left, and that's what was causing like the stomach aches first thing in the morning before I even eat. Just the same symptoms almost like how it was at the beginning. And then when we add in the food variety and just some light antimicrobials, like things kind of repopulated, right? So maybe it was already we already like killed things off. And when Austin, by the time Austin came in, he was like, "Hey, I think probably just needs some variety to repopulate the gut," and that's why the 4 week span was all we needed.
Yep.
But
And for anyone out here, for anyone out there that's like, I wonder if I should get myself GI map tested. Like, I wonder what the symptoms of like these things are. Like for myself, the thing I started to notice, I was bloating like crazy and I was nauseous constantly. Also, for everyone who is having diarrhea 6 to 7 times a day, you should probably go get a GI map.
Yeah, I ignored that. It's just like, you know,
yeah. Or if you're somebody who says, "Man, I just poop every other day or maybe twice a week," you probably should get it. Yeah, man. Like,
my
not
thing got kicked off in a moldy apartment. I was in like a moldy apartment, then I had like 3 or 4 really bad back-to-back chest infections.
Ugh.
And then I was having like other issues with PEDs and stuff that wasn't working. And then the gut went to shit. So I
yeah.
was like, I was off everything for that.
Terrence, can you mute? You got a lot of noise
Yeah,
coming
yeah,
through there.
Yeah.
But yeah, so for all the bodybuilders out there that think, oh, I just shit a lot because I eat a lot, it's like, nah, that's not how that works, man.
You're like, I go once a day now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a hydrogen SIBO, the methane. So
Yeah.
versions of that. But yeah, but shit, things are better now. I'm glad, John. I'm glad you were able to finally
You
get it.
too, man. You too. Hope we'll get jacked and swole.
I'm telling you,
Make a
we're
dent
trying.
in the weight cap, bro.
Like it's like we got the routines, but we need the physique to match it, man. So
Yeah, no, for sure.
yeah,
It's
I'm excited. I'm excited for 20. Well, when are you deciding to hit the stage again?
I'm just gonna wait for the calendars to come out. I'm not sure what
Okay.
the actual dates are and stuff yet, but I think I
Well,
might.
it's out, isn't it?
Is it out now?
just
I
a
think
couple shows,
maybe.
not
Okay.
all of them. There's like 6 or 7 that have posted.
Okay. I'm probably
Gotcha.
going to be there in like summertime. I might check out I think the UK Pro is I don't know if it was like June or July last year. So I might go do something on home ground. Um yeah, I'll see. I'm not 100% sure yet. Right now I'm just focused on each day
Yeah.
and I'll pick a show soon, you know.
Are you going to that event? That Beyond the Stage NPC
Yeah,
Worldwide?
the posing university. We've got a stand there, so I'll be there. And Sammy, I think Sammy's talking on stage. Sammy's the dude I run it with. I think he's doing some posing talk on stage.
Nice.
Oh shit.
Nice.
Yeah, man, that event looks crazy. 30 people speaking. I wish we had. Obviously, the UK is a bit smaller, so it's a bit easier to get everyone in one place. But I wish we
Yeah.
had something like that in the US.
Are you
Yeah.
going?
Huh?
Are you going?
No, dude, that's too far. I'm trying to stop traveling, but I would love to go, man.
Hey, I was
Honestly, I
going to say.
would.
As he's walking through an airport. Yeah,
Right,
I want to
right.
travel less. Hey, Terrence, we talked about it before you got on the podcast, but you know, I said that I got introduced to Jon at the Olympia, actually at your house for the Olympia, and I got to listen to him talk about how he like went through foot positions and stuff. But you came over and kind of listened to him for a bit as well. I'm curious as to your thoughts on like, have you heard people talk about posing and moving through positions and the different foot stances the way Jon has before?
You're muted.
Exactly. I
Muted.
mean, I think I'm not muted anymore.
No, you're good now.
Am I?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I guess it's the delay, but not in the same way. The foot positions and things like I think that's somewhat common knowledge between posing coaches, but the way he teaches, I think, is very unique. I think very helpful. Because like you can know, like say for instance, it's Michael Jordan, somebody, or maybe Tiger Woods, like they know how to play the sport. They know, swings, the shots. But can they teach in a way that people learn? And that's a skill and a gift within itself. So I think Jon does a really good job of that after watching him with Roy. Uh-oh, he disappeared. Where'd he go?
I'm right here.
Right. He's right
Oh,
I was here the whole time.
yeah,
I had to turn
yeah.
my lights on. But yeah, we said the same exact things without even having talked to you about it. We said the same exact things.
Yeah, yeah, I appreciate it.
I'm on the same
Yeah,
page.
it's definitely common knowledge. It's not. Like I said, I haven't invented nothing or created anything new. It's just structuring it in a way that maybe helps some people.
Yeah. It's definitely not new because obviously, like you examined a lot of posing videos and stuff,
Yeah,
but
no,
it's the way you deliver it for sure. It's that package
yeah.
and the way you deliver it that I think is the thing that is unique. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. It was never about trying to. I mean, you can't. Posing's out there. It's there. It's like there's only so much we can do with our body. We only got two fucking knees, two elbows, and shit. Literally
I hope.
Yeah, it's literally just the way it gets. Like the way people take it on board. Because it's all well and good being like it, but then if you can't teach it, and then someone doesn't get the result from it, then it doesn't really matter what you know. Like, because only matters if they actually took it on board and they're actually improved.
Yep. I mean, it says a lot. Like I said, that a guy like me who doesn't feel like they can move their body in any capacity whatsoever goes, I might be able to do that after I listen to you talk about it. So it's like that says a lot, And like I think that's a true sign of an expert is somebody who can explain it to anybody. Who like it's not like you have to have a Terrence in front of you who already understands posing for you to be a good posing coach. You could take someone like myself who has 6 left feet and help me move through it at least a little bit better.
I'm interested to do some posing with you just because you say how bad your movement is.
I'm not the one getting on stage anymore. I'll certainly send all my athletes to you.
I'm gonna make you flow down, man. I want to see.
It'd be fun. It would be cool to do. I thought about that before, but
He's coming around. He's coming around.
he's already convincing me. But cool. Anything else we got, fellas? I mean, we're coming up on about an hour and a half now. Oh shit! Yes, hang on, Piotr. Fucking yeah, Piotr just won a show, so he's qualified. Oh. He's qualified for the Olympia now.
I did see that.
His chest doesn't make sense. His chest.
This physique is fucking. We've talked about him a number of times on this podcast now. Like, does anybody know if he speaks English? We should try to get him on here.
Bro, I've stood next to him on stage.
Yeah.
Yeah, he fucking made me look like a bitch. Dude's insane.
That's just a beautiful physique. That like his front double is just wild.
He's not just trying to bring posing up either, but he's actually really improved his posing because he did not pose like that a couple of years ago when I was on stage with him. He's done really well.
So he this is obviously Austria Pro. What other show did he win? He won something a couple months ago, didn't he? I don't remember.
I think so.
Because this is his second show to qualify.
Is it a Spanish show? I might be
I
making
thought
that
he
up.
won a show before the Olympia, and that was it.
Yeah, so that would be his two shows, right?
Right? Yeah, 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 yeah.
It says final call.
I think it was Romania Pro, Romania.
Right. That's what it was. Yeah. But yeah, crazy physique.
Yeah, but the dude who played second, wasn't he? He had like a 2 year like off season or something like that, a year off season, and he gained like 10, 15 pounds. I
I'm
thought I
not
saw
sure.
that online.
This guy?
Yeah. What's his name? Yeah, Jaden. Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. He
I
was
don't
like
know. He's
a lot
got a good physique.
smaller, bro, and it was like a crazy transformation.
That's a big boy for classic.
I think Bodybuilding Without Borders posted it.
Posted videos of them on stage.
Yeah, of them, of him and Tour, and then he said in the caption something like, after off season gained 10, 15 pounds of muscle, something like that, which I thought was impressive.
Sure.
Here's
It
them
was, it
side
was
by
good. I think
side.
you guys are getting out.
Is it this? Oh, here we go.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah. Up 18 pounds since his fifth place pro debut.
Gotta
I
let
was
that hardness.
I mean, I will say his back was better than Piotr's. But like the thing here is like I feel like the taper that Piotr has from the front, like as
crazy.
small as his waist is, and like as much as he's able to pull that vacuum there, I think that really is the thing that makes him stand out from the Jatine guy or whatever his name is.
Look how he's straight on and admit the eye. It's like
Yeah,
exposing big time.
yeah. I mean, he doesn't have a huge waist, but he doesn't have a small waist next to Piotr. You know what I mean? Like to me, that's a better back than this. He's at least showing it better, and it's definitely thicker. But when they turn around to the front, that's definitely where it's like, all right, there's a big difference there.
He also just has that look where he has that muscle that hangs off the bone as well, you know.
Terrence looked like he's going to say something.
I
What
think
did
it's
he
funny.
post?
I think in classic, shows are more so one from the front, from the back. You know.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, it's
I agree.
a good point.
I agree.
I mean, I think it's a lot of that. Like, if you see somebody come out with that classic taper from the front, by the time they get to the back, you've already like kind of solidified like this is the guy. You know what I mean? Like, unless it's just like the worst pose, like they have no muscle whatsoever in their back. You know, like if they have that shape from the front, typically they at least have something behind. You know.
Mm.
Yeah, and you got most of the majority of the poses right, like from the front, pretty much.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. But cool. Well, I know it's fucking midnight now for you, isn't it, John?
Jeez,
Oh,
man, I appreciate you coming on, man.
Yeah, well, hey, I've already told him this before the podcast started, but today is John. Well, it was John's birthday. It's after midnight for him now, but John just turned 33, right?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, brother. Happy birthday.
Thank
So
you.
he not only did he come on the podcast at midnight, he came on the podcast at midnight on his birthday. So we definitely got to give him a shout out for that one, man.
That's all good.
I appreciate it.
I appreciate you coming on. It was good.
Yeah, dude. I want to see more people end up on your posing stuff, man. I think you're doing some cool shit, and like we talked about earlier, it's like I'm tired of people just being able to market their way into being an expert, you know. And I want to see people who are doing a really good job at what they do it well, you know. And I want to.
So how could we, I guess, can you tell the viewers like anything about like your course or like how can they enter the course, register for the course? Because I can send some guys your way for sure. Like,
I appreciate it. So we have like a community, which is just Posing University community on school. Yeah, you just click that and then join the. So obviously, I still do one-to-one work, but then our community is kind of like the center of everything. So there's me, Sammy Williams. Sammy Williams has also just been voted the best male posing coach in the UK 2 years in a row. So me and him are best mates. We've been doing this shit for 9 years. And then we have Emil Nieborg, who's the best posing coach in the Netherlands, in there as well. So this is kind of like our central hub where people can send in as many pictures as they want. We give video feedback on every single post. We have tons of courses. The flow, we call it the flow print, which is everything with the core positions and everything. You can learn that inside there. We have weekly group calls. And then, yeah, there's just different tiers. You can see the price there. You can join $19, which is pretty good. Like, imagine you can post as many fucking pictures as you want, and we give video feedback on everything.
I was about to say, for $20, that's huge, man.
Yeah, and we actually get fucking results. Like, you go in there, like, we will do loom feedback, and not to big ourselves up, we're getting pretty good at just articulating what we need from people without having to do one-to-one sessions. So it's cool. But then there's like upgrades in there if you want one-to-one sessions as well. We do that as well. But that's our kind of like it's our community, you know, and it really is a community. We like to just try and get people to almost celebrate posing a little bit and not see it so much as a chore. Just, you know, it's pretty simple. You just send your pictures that you send to your prep coach, send them in there, and then you get your posing feedback. And if you want more, you can have more. Yeah, just have fun. We just have fun with it, to be honest. I just love it. I'll do this shit for free to die. It's just something about like helping people actually get that final form on stage and big fucking fun.
I seen Robbie been hit me up a couple of times about what you guys got going on, and I did see the video which you guys doing it was like 4 you guys doing a routine together.
Yeah, we had Rough on. It was wicked to judge the posing game. So we got this little
really
fun. Yeah, we got a little fun monthly competition we do called the posing games, and you should jump on it. You should jump on it, Jarek. It's good fun, and they're like everyone competes against each other. Like we judge it at the end of the month, and we have a lot of fun with it. It's cool.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. I'm in contact with you.
Yeah, no, it's good fun.
Awesome. Yeah, well, for everybody who like is struggling and going, oh, I can't afford a posing coach. I mean, that is a phenomenal opportunity for $20. I didn't even realize it was $20 for that thing. Like, you could definitely be charging more for that, but the fact that like you have that available, I get it. But for anybody who is dealing with that issue of like that barrier to entry, like that is a great place to be. Don't let the one thing that holds you back from the placings you can get be posing. You know what I mean? Like like I said to you, my client literally just lost placings because he didn't pose as well as he could. We lost an overall because the other guy outposed him. And that's a bodybuilding lesson. Don't let that happen to you. You know what I mean?
You know, I appreciate you letting me talk about it.
Yeah, sick. Cool.
Awesome.
Jarek, do you have something?
I mean, that's
everybody say something.
I'm glad you're able to kind of let everybody know where they can sign up, because that's a steal, man. You know, I think
that's awesome.
That's really great.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Keep doing it. Bringing Classic Physique to the forefront. I think you're playing your part in that. You know, so appreciate you.
Thank you, man. That's what we're trying to do. Just respect the art as our slogan. So, yeah.
Make posing great again.
That was actually mine, and someone stole it.
I think I know who stole it.
Bad blood. Well, now the whole podcast can be Jon Lofthouse calls out posing coaches. Just fucking with you, man. But for anybody who's still watching at this point, make sure you do the YouTube thing, like, subscribe, share with your friends, leave a comment down below, and we'll see you next time.